All right, welcome in. I am excited to announce this guest, Giselle Juarez. We call her G around these parts. 2021 Women's College World Series Most Outstanding Player. And yes, I was hearing all of your requests for who should we have next on the podcast. And for 3 consecutive months since the podcast started, you wanted G Juarez. We finally got her. So Giselle, welcome into Diamond Envy. Catch us up on what's going on for the former Women's College World Series Most Outstanding Player.
Well, I'm excited to be able to be on this podcast. I just got engaged. I don't know if people saw that.
Yeah.
I got engaged last July, which is crazy to think about. That was almost a year ago, and the World Series was almost a year ago. So like I had that realization today when I was driving around town in Tucson because that's where I'm living now, and I was like, wait, how has it already almost been a year? Like I was watching the game, I was watching Hope throw and everything, and I was like, wait, how has it already almost been a year? But I've just been, I had knee surgery. After I was done playing, I went and played in Japan last fall for a little bit, and then I had to have surgery on my knee because I got injured over there. But now we're just doing physical therapy and trying to get back and see what if I'm gonna play next year or what my future softball wise looks like.
Okay. I kind of want to start at the beginning with your story. You go to Arizona State and you were really having a great career in Tempe. What was kind of the original reason why you wanted to transfer from Arizona State to OU?
Um, when I decided to transfer, I was very like looking for like family, like true family um fan base and like just like program. And when
Hmm.
I like went on my visit to OU, that's all I saw was family. I didn't get showed. I'm not kidding when I say I think I was at the field for like 20 minutes to take pictures. And I really didn't see any of the facilities, but like Coach Gasso, Sid Romero was my host, and Coach Rocha, and like just all the players like were so welcoming. I went to a football game, and just like the environment was so different. Like I could feel it at the football game, like how much like OU as a program in a school is just so family based. And so it was really awesome, like just to feel that and not, I wasn't shown all the fancy trophies or anything like that. It was really like showing me the real them. And so I think that was really authentic and something that I don't think I've ever seen before. So when I decided to go there, it was just because like I felt so like it was home away from home, and I was just going on a visit, and I think that's crazy to me to think about.
Yeah. So Jessica Schultz said this, Destiny Martinez said this. They both said, being California girls, when they came out here, the thought of, going to college in Oklahoma didn't really exist for them, coming out of high school. So you
Yeah.
coming from Arizona, had you ever been to Oklahoma before? And did you have the impression maybe like those two, like, no way I'm going to ever go to college in Oklahoma? No chance.
Yeah, same thing, same idea, for sure. I had never been to Oklahoma, so I played club ball in Alabama, and I'm gonna go back and coach for my old club ball team in Alabama this summer. So I had been on that side of the country, but Oklahoma, I was like, oh, like not really, no shot, whatever. Like, and then the first day I moved in, I'm not kidding, it snowed. That was like it was in
Wow.
2019. It was in January. It was snowing, and I was like, nobody warned me that it snowed. I thought it was just windy here. Like I had no idea. So I was definitely in for awakening in Oklahoma and their weather.
Well, the Women's College World Series last year, I mean, you were so outstanding. 5-0 record, 3 complete games, one of them being a shutout, 38 strikeouts, just 4 runs allowed. I'm curious, how often do you think of not only the day that you beat Florida State in game 3, but how often do you think of just that entire week, that 5-game stretch for you? And when you do look back and reflect on that, what exactly do you think?
Um, I don't think about it too often. I do have like this little trophy kind of case shelf type thing in my house. And it's really cool to see the trophies and whatnot. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like just looking at the rings, I'm like, wow, I did that. Like it still feels surreal. Like even like being like, nobody can take this away from me. But when I think about that whole week and people ask like, because I know I didn't have the best year overall, not at least not the year I would have wanted, but I mean I had the ending I wanted. So,
Yeah.
but when I think about like the overall like year, I don't know what changed. Other than wanting to do it for like even more than I had ever wanted to do it for my teammates. And I think a part of that had to do with just the UCLA game when I came in for Nicole May. I will never not say that I think that was the turning point for me. Where I was just like, I just remember going out there and being like, I got your back type of thing. And just really doing it for the other girls on the pitching staff because they had my back all year long. And so I think when I think about that week, I think that was the turning point of the week and slash year. But I do miss like just when I watch them this year, I'm like, oh, they're so good and they're so amazing. Like I wish I could have one more year just to like feel that energy again. Like I love watching their energy still.
Yeah.
So definitely miss it.
So after that initial James Madison loss, of course, you had to win 4 straight, and you
Hmm.
run roll Georgia, and then you just talked about that UCLA game being the turning point to you. I felt at the time that maybe that was the turning point in the entire tournament for the team. You said it's accurate to say that for you personally. Do you feel like, especially after that UCLA win, I think they were the number 2 overall seed, that not that this team didn't believe after the loss to James Madison, but was there a certain level of momentum that happened after that late night game on I think it was a Saturday night? Did things really turn after that?
I think so, especially for the returners. Like we had lost to them, well, not the previous year because of COVID, but like in 2019 we had lost to them. So being able to like knock them out of the tournament and just like win that game for the returners, I think definitely helped elevate us. And I think when we ended up beating James Madison in what was it, the semifinal, I think that was kind of like a turning point for the rest of the girls who hadn't been there because it was like their vengeance and whatnot. And again, our motto, like towards the end, was we don't lose to anybody twice.
Yeah.
And we didn't. And so I think it's just really cool to like think about that whole week. But UCLA was definitely a turning point. I think at least for the upperclassmen and the returners, and then definitely a like fire starter for the ones who had it was their first time being there.
I'm sure you get asked this all the time, yeah, when people wonder about last year, and I know that you hinted to it a little bit, but you didn't pitch at all in that super regional against Washington, and then you turned into arguably the best version of yourself in Oklahoma City. Was there something in particular that happened between the super regional and that Women's College World Series? Can you point to anything or conversation with Patty Gasso, or is it just kind of like what you said? You knew it was your last run, and you wanted to give it all for your teammates.
I think not pitching, I like kind of gave me more hunger. Like I just wanted to be out there. Like I remember not pitching and I was upset, of course, but I also knew I needed to be a good teammate. And at the end of the day, that's what my goal was to, okay, if you get your time, like you go out there and have your teammates back. But I think it made me hungrier. And I remember going out and I think I texted Elam or asked her the night before like Sunday night after. And I was like, hey, can we go pitch today? Because I didn't pitch this weekend. So can we go pitch? And I think that day really just helped me get everything together mentally and physically and just like, okay, we're going to take an extra day to pitch because we didn't pitch this weekend. So we're going to get extra time in the bullpen and prepare for the World Series. So it definitely drove my hunger to get back on the mound for sure. And then if my time came, it was just me being prepared for whatever happened in whatever situation I was thrown in. I think that's the best way I could look at it, and the best light to also be a good teammate was to just be like, hey, you got to prepare for your moment, and when it comes, you're ready. So,
What's it like being at the bottom of a dog pile after winning a national championship?
oh man, it's surreal. It like it actually didn't hurt as much as I thought it was gonna. Um, It definitely was not as painful as I thought. Um, but it was actually really fun. And then I kind of was looking at pictures, and I noticed Kinsey Hansen's arm was like completely dead underneath me, and I was like, "Hey, thanks for catching me when my fall," because I didn't even feel it. So, and I remember Grace Lyons being like, "Oh yeah, I'm the one who pushed everybody down because nobody was pushing us down," and so I was like, "Oh, Grace." So
Well, it's cool to hear that you're keeping up with this team as much as you can. You're saying that you watched the Friday game against Iowa State, OU moving on to the conference championship game. Just kind of your overall thoughts on this year, because it's been really, really exciting to watch this team. It's been so much fun.
yeah, it's been amazing. And then like to think about that Jordy Ball is only a freshman is absolutely terrifying. At least I would be if I was on a different team, anyways. And I like just watching Jada, Tiare, Nicole May, like that class, like just watch them like flourish just the way they have this year is just amazing to watch because I mean, last year they were good and this year they're even better and like to be able to watch their careers as they grow is so exciting. And like I love watching the pitching staff specifically. Like, yeah, the hitters, I know they're great. I faced them in
Yeah.
practice. But to watch the pitching staff be as good as they are, um, and I feel like they don't get enough credit. But they're just absolutely killing it right now. And just to see that they're working together, they're such different looks, and how they complement each other is so awesome to see, especially with two new faces in the circle and Nicole May having the World Series experience. I think she's going to be a really good leader within the pitching staff to help share the knowledge and everything that she has too.
Yeah, I want to ask you about Nicole May individually, but first, Jordy Ball and
Hmm.
Hope Troutwine. Like you said, they're both having incredible years. I think they both have a sub 1 ERA. I think Hope's
Yep,
maybe leading the country in ERA right now.
she is.
But yeah, but
Earlier it was .17.
wow, it's crazy. And she threw another 7 inning shutout earlier today. They haven't played, though, in a Women's
Yeah.
College World Series. That does not mean that they won't be great if the team makes it to Oklahoma City, but it is at least something. If you could offer some advice to both Jordy and Hope, if and when that time in Oklahoma City comes, what might you tell both of those pitchers?
Um, Truthfully, to like take one good look at the crowd before each game, and then just zone in to what's in front of you. I think at times the crowd can be overwhelming if you let it. And I know when I was there my first year in 2018, it was very like, oh my gosh, I can hear everything. And then like being able to like focus in almost like a horse with like those blinders on would be my biggest advice. And just like taking it in every moment, but also being able to like zone in when you're needed and just trusting your stuff when you get there.
I thought Nicole May had a huge moment this past weekend against Oklahoma State. She starts the game,
Mm.
Hope comes in, and then Nicole comes back into the game. I think OU was up 5-3, bases loaded, one out. She gets out of that jam with no more runs, and then she comes in and closes the 7th inning. I thought that was massive for her, just her
Yeah.
overall confidence, Patty's confidence in her. And now Jordy's not going to pitch this weekend because of soreness. So we'll see what her availability is moving forward in regionals. Why do you think Nicole May is maybe going to have the best postseason of her career? Because I feel like she's on the verge of that.
Um, I have that same feeling of like she's gonna peak right at the right time in postseason. And I feel like there's all where like you're like, yep, this is it. This is time to flip my switch. And I feel like definitely OSU was it for Nicole May. And just like knowing she has the postseason experience and especially the World Series experience is going to help her elevate so much. And so I'm really excited to watch her and like see her do Nicole May things. I mean, when I watched it, I was like ice in her veins. Like it's what she does against OSU. Um, so just watching her like shine this year has been really awesome to see.
Yeah. Last question I have for you, and I know that this happened a couple months ago, so technically it's old news when it comes to this team, but it's such a great story that I've got to ask you about it. I mean, you can't script something like this. Jocelyn Allo going back to Hawaii to breaking the home run record. Were you the night that it happened, and what was just kind of your overall feeling for that special moment for her and this team, this program, and just kind of everyone involved with that?
I was actually in bed and I couldn't sleep that night because I knew they were playing. I knew they were playing, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna like maybe it won't. I don't know. I was just like, okay. I kept going back and forth on the game because I was like, no, I need sleep. No, I want to see if it happens. And so I ended up staying up super late to watch it. But like when I saw it happen, I almost like yelled, but my fiance was sleeping, and so I was like, I can't yell. Um, I was so happy, like I almost started crying for her. Just because it was so exciting to know like she earned every bit of it. And then the biggest thing I wanted to see, yes, the home run, yeah, but I wanted to see her dad's reaction.
Yeah.
I know how much like he means to her and how much he's done for her and like help like just helped her get to where she is, and knowing their relationship is so strong, and I would have loved and given anything to see his reaction when he knew it was going out. Because I can't imagine like the look on his face or anything. So to be able to like see that, I would have done anything to see his reaction for sure.
Yeah, it was awesome. Hey, by the way, to all of you listeners out there, go support G Juarez. She's got new merchandise for sale. Printforplayers.com. She's got shirts available. She's got hoodies available. She's got zip ups available. I got to say, G, I'm pretty impressed with the styles that you put out there. I'm digging the black t shirt that you have up for sale. I'm going to have to buy one, but you have a really cool little merchandise line that's out.
Thanks. I'm really excited to be working with them. It's actually really cool because I was kind of like trying to make my own, and then I got worried about like the demand of it, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this by myself. And just to see like them take my ideas and like kind of run with it, and be open to like my ideas and whatnot has been really cool when it comes to like their design team. But yeah, it just got released. I kind of was like shocked. I didn't know for sure when it was getting released, but I knew it was soon. So I've been really excited to like have that, and definitely go buy some merchandise and tag me if you do get it because I want to see it. I'm trying to get. I want to do one with the goggles because I feel like the goggles have just been my thing, and
Yes.
I love like when little girls come up to me and they like or their parents tell me stories about it. I just like my heart melts. Um, and then the lemon pledge. I'm like maybe they should sponsor me. We brought it out in the middle of a game on ESPN. Um, so yeah, super excited.
Printforplayers.com is where you can find everything G has, which is really, really cool. G, thank you so much for doing this. Hopefully, you can make it to Norman or Oklahoma City in the future, but best of luck moving forward. And I speak for everyone here that your legacy is always going to be secured in Norman. Not only what you did in Oklahoma City last year, but everything before that, the kind of person you are, how you went about everything. You are definitely one of the favorites that we've seen here in a long time, and just want to offer you a belated congratulations on your career at OU.
Ah, thank you so much. That means a ton, and I
Yeah.
will forever be an OU fan and alum. And I hopefully one day will be back out there. Hopefully living out there. I would love it.